All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Deepika Chibber, and I'm the Program Director of Women Back to Work, or WBW as it is commonly known. Welcome to our weekly Power Hour with a twist. This one is dedicated to the Tesla Women Recharge program. And Team WBW is very excited to see all of you here today. As you might know, Women Back to Work and Tesla have partnered to support the re-entry of career-ready professionals in technology. Thank you all for joining us today. Hope you're all continuing to stay safe and healthy. Now, the reason that you're here is, I'm guessing, either because you have applied to the Tesla Women Recharge program and want to hear more about it, or are curious and are thinking of applying. So what can you expect to hear today? Today, Team WBW will walk you through the program highlights, the open job roles, application and interview process, followed by a Q&A session. Before we talk about the program, let me give you a brief introduction about WBW and how it came about. WBW specializes in delivering unique, high-impact programs that allow organizations to tap into the individuals returning to the workforce. Our purpose is to facilitate systemic pathways for you to return to the workforce. Women Back to Work is powered by Acquire. Acquire has been in staffing since 2001 and named best staffing firm to temp for by staffing industry analysts many times over. WBW was founded by Sonu Ratra. She's also the co-founder of Acquire. It all started when Sonu paused her career to raise her newborn baby daughter. And when she decided to return to the workforce, she found it difficult to do so. And this was in spite of her having excellent educational qualifications and a formidable work experience. Since then, she has been helping women who paused their careers. And in 2015, she decided to put a formal structure around the program and called it Women Back to Work. Now let's take a moment to familiarize ourselves with folks from Team WBW today who will be addressing all of you. Allow me to introduce you to the team. Along with me, today we are joined by Abhijit Deshpande. He is our Director of Recruiting and has been with Acquire for over a decade. Sads Muthuswamy, she's the client partner, enterprise accounts. She handles front-end relationships with Acquire's clients. Shabana Yasmin, she is the WBW lead recruiter and has been with Acquire for 3 years. And last but not the least, Shraddha Shashidhar. She is our marketing manager and she'll be facilitating the Q&A session for us today. So point to note before we begin, during the webinar, as and when you have any questions, please feel free to post them on the Q&A window. Once we are through talking about the program highlights, application and interview process, we will answer a few questions that were sent in previously and then open the floor for questions from you all. So what is the Tesla Women Recharged program? It's an industry-leading initiative. It's a 26-week immersive program designed to encourage and provide opportunities to career-ready women who took a career break and are looking to re-enter the workforce. At the end of the 26-week term, those who have demonstrated their abilities to succeed and have an impact at Tesla will be considered for a full-time position. The program begins in August. We are actually recruiting and screening for it right now as we speak. And all these positions are in the Bay Area. So this program offers 8 technical roles. There are 9 openings. The reason for that is because Tesla is looking for 2 QA automation engineers. As I mentioned earlier, the duration of this program is 26 weeks. Location is Tesla's Fremont campus. This is a paid returnship. You will be hired into a contract role. The cohort will start together. There are various benefits of joining this program, and I will touch upon it later during the presentation. And like I mentioned, there is a possibility of conversion to full-time. Now, these are the 8 open roles that the Tesla Women Recharge program offers. Please have a look at it. And now let's move on to the application process. So how can you know more about the program, and the job roles? We welcome you to visit our website at womenbacktowork.org. This is where you will find all the information about the program, and also a listing of all the 8 roles, where if you click on the role, you will be able to read the job description and understand if you are a match for the role or not. You can, when you go on the homepage of the Women Back to Work website, you scroll down, you will see a banner on the Tesla Returnship. Please click it, and that is going to open up to this particular page, which is shown on the slide here. So once you apply online, our team will receive your resume. We will screen it not only for the hard skills, but also the soft skills that you bring to the table. We would be in particular be looking for, have you shown any learning initiative during your break? And if you are a strong fit to the Tesla Women Recharge Program role, we will then invite you to write in a 1-pager summary on yourself. This will have 3 broad sections. The first one will be professional summary, talking about, what have you done in the past, in your previous work experience, how many years of experience do you have. Also, the second section is your story. Why did you take a break? And third section would talk about what you did during the break. And in between, while the screening is happening for these roles, we also have another virtual event planned on the 20th of August, where you will get to hear from Tesla talent acquisition and hiring managers on why Women Recharge program, life at Tesla, more about the organization, expectations from the hires that they make, the working styles, culture of the group, the projects in flight. And also there will be another returner Q&A, so you'll be able to ask them questions. Now, when we present if you're a match for the Tesla role and we present your profile to the hiring manager and you get shortlisted for the next round, what happens next? Now, for all the roles apart from the desktop support role, you will be assigned a codility test. And once you take the test and score good, the average score, a good score that they're looking for, only then will you have a 1-hour technical screening with the mentor of the role. Now, each role in Tesla will have a hiring manager as well as a mentor assigned to it. And if you clear this first round of technical screening, the next round will consist of 2 rounds, which will be one 30-minute round with the hiring manager and another 30 minutes with a senior product manager at Tesla. So this is what the interview process will look like once you have been submitted and you get shortlisted for the role. Only for the desktop support role, this is a point to note that the interview will be different. There shall be no codility test. It'll just include 2 30-minute technical sessions with engineers, and again, one 30-minute round with the hiring manager and 30 minutes with the product manager. So when you're hired into this 26-week returnship program, what is it that you can expect? Week 1 will involve a Tesla orientation. You will be able to hear speeches by Tesla women leaders. There will be an aspect of tell your story. They will hear your personal stories. You will be assigned the mentor and hiring manager. Mentor will help you meet the team. And the hiring manager will assess your technical strength and area of opportunity, and thereby define and share a 4 to 6 week technical skill grooming or like brushing up program. There will also be a happy hour celebration to look forward to. What will week 2 to 10 look like? There will be technical training, project knowledge sharing, setting up of goals. Mentor will be doing a weekly or bi-weekly one-on-one with you and provide guidance and directions as required. Week 11 would be about the hiring manager and mentor providing you feedback on the area of opportunity. Week 12 to 20 is when independent work begins on the project. Week 21 would be about, again, assessment of your work, based on certain parameters, core technical strength, your project onboarding capabilities, how driven, collaborative, and trustworthy have you been on the project. And then based on that, the decision on whether you're being confirmed for full-time hiring or the program ends for you. So last 4 weeks will be wrap up of the project and deliverables in case they're not proceeding with full-time hiring. Now, during this 26 period, this will be a tight partnership between WBW and Tesla. We will handhold you, we will nurture you, be highly attentive to all of your needs. So, anything that is coming in the way of you performing on the project, we will be there to provide help. You will be on text message basis with us. You can connect with me anytime you need assistance. Also, before you begin the returnship, we will do a best practices training. This will be a reminder of do's and don'ts in a professional setting. And during the 26-week period, we will do 3 professional development workshops for you. And we'll poll you before doing these workshops to understand what your training needs are. In the past, we've done workshops on growth mindset, professional presence and language. Also, we will regularly check in with you and the hiring manager. So this, in a nutshell, is what Women Recharge program is all about. And hope you have more clarity on it. We will now move to some questions that we received earlier on. And so to begin with, the first question is this program worldwide or are they only being offered in North America? So like I mentioned, this program right now is a pilot with roles being offered only in Tesla's Fremont location. And Tesla is looking for local Bay Area returners to hire into this program. Second question, are there any upcoming requirements for technical project managers, data analysts, or business analysts? Not at the moment. Right now, we're just looking to hire into the 8 roles that I had shown you on a previous slide. And the next question, and I would invite my colleague Suds to answer this question. One of the listed jobs says 24/7 support and requires working in shifts. Does this mean the candidate is required to work in night shifts, or do they have any offshore component? Please elaborate. So Suds, over to you. Please answer.
Hi, everyone.
For our audience.
Yeah. So as far as we understand, there is no offshore component for the engineering work, but Tesla definitely has its presence in other locations apart from the Bay Area, both in the US as well as in China. The 24/7 support is typically expected for the application support role, and that is towards quarter end. During the quarter, they're expecting 24/6, but that will be carried out by 3 different shifts. So every person would be working in that role would only be working one particular shift. Yeah. So yes. Could that involve night shift? It could involve any shift, daytime, evening, or night.
Thank you, Sads. On to Abhijit for our next question. Are all the job requirements .NET based? What are the other environments used?
Yeah, hello, good afternoon, everybody. This is Abhijit Deshpande. I've been in the staffing industry for about past 2 decades and with Acraya for over a decade. And at Acraya, I'm responsible for managing the technical delivery for a few key enterprise accounts, including Amazon, Autodesk, Visa, obviously Tesla, and Intuit, and others. So to answer the question on if all the job requirements are .NET best, I would say the roles that we currently support, are currently supporting with this few groups at Tesla are certainly based on Microsoft .NET platform. They are utilizing C#, ASP.NET, and Angular, and a few other front-end skills as well. Databases, yes, they are very heavy on the SQL Server and MySQL, and they've been using a few NoSQLs as well. Other than that, the individual teams that we are supporting have mostly built their various internal applications for Tesla from scratch, right from the HR systems, manufacturing, supply chain, and etc. And they aren't that keen on implementing off-the-shelf. They aren't that keen on implementing off-the-shelf or market available products and applications. Hope that answers the question.
Thank you, Abhijit, and I'm sure we'll have many more questions, when we open the floor to the audience. Okay, next question is, my background is SAP HCM and now learning Python. Can I apply for any of the requirements? Shabana, can you help us answer this question?
Sure. So right now we do not have any requirement with SAP HCM background. But as you mentioned that you're learning Python, we need to know which level are you and what are the other technical expertise do you have. So you can feel free to share your profile and we can have a look at it and discuss it in detail separately.
Thank you, Shabana. Abhijit, again, another question for you. What will be the level of interview questions? I have 8 years of experience and have applied for the software QA automation role.
Thanks, Deepika. So yes, the software QA automation role is the new estate, actually. That's what it's called in today's market, actually. They are looking for a hardcore QE engineer, quality engineer, basically. If you are typical white box test engineer, you might not be the right candidate for this role. They are using Selenium WebDriver as a framework, basically, for automation purposes. So ideally, they would want somebody who has got some programming background, I would say Java or Python-based background, somebody who can come in, write their own code in Selenium WebDriver and help build the test automation framework from scratch. If you have intermediate experience in this area with this kind of skills and technologies, you could be an ideal candidate for the role. And they are looking for somebody totally hands-on about, I would say, 3 to 4 or 5 years experience, at least relevant experience. And preferred would be somebody with a BS computer science background minimum. Hope that answers. Thank you.
Surely does, Abhijit. Thank you so much for answering the question. And now we will open the floor to our attendees. We do have a question from Ashwarya, who's joined in. I have experience in data warehouse, mainly SQL and PLS SQL and visualization. Will I be able to apply for performance engineer?
So, Aishwarya, yes, I see your question here. So I would say, they are big on SQL. Obviously, for the performance engineer role, they want somebody who can write good SQL code. I would be, keen on seeing your resume, Aishwarya, before I give you an answer on that, definitely. So do share your profile.
Okay, sure, definitely. Thank you.
And out of the roles that we are seeing, again, none of them are cloud-based, at least for now, out of the 8 requisitions that we are supporting. The desktop support and the application support positions are using Linux and Windows platform. I guess that was one of the questions I see. Deepika, there is a question about management roles. If we have any, or what is the roadmap for people trained after 26 weeks, in case if you want to take that over.
So like I mentioned, depending on your performance, on how you perform on the project and your level of experience and maturity that you show on the project, there is a possibility of conversion, and you will be hired into a role that is incommensurate with your previous experience as well as your performance, the performance that you showed during the 26-week period with Tesla.
Okay, I have the next question from Smika. You can ask your question now.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, my question was actually related with the Linux or OS actually. So, are there any positions which are more related with Linux and also in the DevOps area? which will, because I have been working more in the management role the last couple of years. So I just took a break for a year and a half. So previously I was working as a director and also as a CTO. So I wanted to find out what would be the transition like.
Yeah. So again, Smita, the current roles that we are supporting are all totally hands-on in nature, and we don't have specifically functional or semi-technical management-based roles, at least as of now. And I think I answered a part of your earlier question early in terms of the cloud and Linux-based OS. Actually, the application support role is certainly in a mid to senior level role, which is on a Linux-based platform. They haven't specifically mentioned over any cloud technologies over there, but I'm sure the team is using cloud.
Okay, thank you so much.
I have a next question from Anu. Anu, you're up.
Yeah, I joined after just a few minutes after this meeting started. I was wondering, like, I applied for 2 positions, and then I was wondering when can I expect some response that if I'm being considered or not.
So, and Anu, I'll take that question. As of now, we are receiving applications for all the 8 roles that are open in the program, and you will hear back from us if you are selected for a role, if you are a strong match and if you're selected for a role. However, you can write into us at wbw@acraya.com, and we will share this, the email ID as well as our website information with you in just a few minutes. You can write in saying that I had applied. Can you please let me know the status of my application? And somebody from the team will get back to you on it. But at this point in time, since we are receiving huge volume of applications for all the 8 roles, we are busy screening and looking through who's a good fit for the roles. Does that answer your question?
Sure. Yeah, thank you.
Most welcome.
We have Anjali next. Anjali.
Yeah, thank you. So as Deepika already mentioned that this returnship is done in Fremont Tesla campus, but just wanted to check, is there any possibility to turn this returnship into remote mode due to this COVID state and allow outside CA returners to apply?
So Anjali, at this point in time, that facility is not provided. Since this is a pilot, they want to hire people who are local, and once things get back into like normalcy returns, they do expect the returnship participants to be on site, once it opens up for everybody in the company. So remote work is not allowed in this particular pilot. We can't accept non-local applications, unfortunately.
We have the next question from Abby. Abby, can you please unmute yourself and ask the question?
Hi, everyone. I just would like to know what is the last date for applying for these positions? And I have one more question. Just now, the person said that they are accepting only local applicants. And in case if you are applying from out of city and if you are willing to work at the premises, will you be accepting the applications and the process go on?
So Abby, thanks for your question. In terms of the last date for application for this program, Tesla does want the cohort to start in August, and even if we are looking at end August, because the cohort has to start together, we would encourage you to apply ASAP. There is no specific last date, but we will continue to accept applications till we fill the 8 roles. Also, okay. In terms of out of city, like I said, we are not looking at applicants at right now who are non-local, because that is a requirement of Tesla. They want to see people who are already in the Bay Area, already residing in the Bay Area. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
So next I have Dipali. Dipali, you're up.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, I have more than 15 years of experience in product management and business analyst roles. And I had a 3-year break prior to a returnship that I did with Path Forward from September to December. So am I eligible for this role?
Adipali, so Tesla is looking for at least a 9 to 10 months gap, break in between. That's one of the qualifications to, criteria to qualify for this particular program. Since you said that the last you worked was in December, is that correct? So
That's right.
we would encourage you to send in your application if you're a match for any role.
Sure, that sounds good. Yeah, thanks.
We have Shruti Srivastava next.
Hi, everyone. So I want to know, are the technical positions mostly on the Microsoft technologies or in the Linux platform?
Abhijit, would you like to answer this question?
I think I did answer that briefly before. Yes, the requirements that we're currently supporting are on Microsoft platform. Exception would be the tech support or the application support role, where they want a combination of both Linux as well as Windows.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. We have Keisha next.
Hi, everyone. The first question is related to the 26 weeks program which you have. So the payroll, so that time, are we direct employee of Tesla or the payroll is run by you guys?
So while you're in the 26-week program, Kisha, you will be on Akraya's payroll because these are contract to hire positions. But depending on your performance during the 26 weeks, there is a conversion possibility to a full-time role.
Oh, okay. And the second question is, like, I also applied directly through some referral. So does that conflict with your program, like doing for the same positions, or?
So these positions are open only to, through the Women Back to Work program. Yeah. So how did you apply? Where did you send in your application? Because like I mentioned previously, you need to go on to the Women Back to Work website, click the Tesla Returnship banner and you'll see all the details. That's where you will have the facility to apply online and we'll receive your application.
Oh, so I didn't know about this program until yesterday when Deepa contacted me. So, but before that, few weeks back, I applied on Tesla website and I found a referral and I gave the positions. And I can see there are same positions which you have in the Women Back to Work too. So that's why I was wondering, does it conflict? Because I think I have applied already to a few positions.
Sure, the best way to apply is to come to our website and apply from the roles that are listed there. But we have your details, and the team will get back to you on your application. We'll see which roles you applied to. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Vanishri.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vanishri Venkatesh, and I was just wondering what is an ideal candidate or who would be an ideal candidate they're looking for this QA automation role, because I'm interested in that. And what is it that I can do to, make myself better in that, to fit that role or to, project myself better?
Shabana, can I ask you to take this question?
Yeah, sure thing. So you definitely, I do remember having a conversation with you and I remember your experience. So you do have a lot of, you have done a lot of coursework and you have been kind of keeping yourself up to date with the recent technology. What I feel right now is they are sort of preferring someone hands-on with a few of the skills with QA, in QA automation role, for example, Python. So they are kind of would look into profiles who have done hands-on before looking into profiles who would have done courseworks or online projects. So that's the preference right now. Yeah,
makes sense. Thank you, Shabana.
Okay, let's jump on to Krutika.
Hi everybody, this is Krutika. And I just wanted to know that the training, the 26-week training that we have in the returnship, will that be on-site in the Fremont campus or will that be remote?
Krutika, thanks for asking that question. So, to begin with, it will be remote, depending on when things do, normalize and one can go into office, that's when there is a possibility that you will be called in to work at the Fremont location should you get selected for this 26-week program. But we cannot say for sure right now. It looks like it will begin remotely.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
The next question is from Mahalakshmi Rajkumar, and she wants to know if Tesla provides visa sponsorship.
So Mahalakshmi, no, Tesla is looking for you to have work authorization before you begin the program. They do not provide visa sponsorship for this particular program.
Okay. The next question is from Shona. Shona, you're up.
Hi, this is Shona. Hello, everyone. My question is like, can H4 EAD holders can apply to this position?
Hi, Shona. Yes, H4 EAD visa holders can apply to these positions. What we look for is that you should have enough validity on the EAD. So if it is running out, if say it is expiring next month, or maybe even 2 months from now, we will not prefer that. So please ensure that you have enough validity on your EAD so that you can work uninterruptedly once you get hired, for the 26 weeks.
And I have like 5 years of experience in India. So my India experience will be considered by Tesla?
Absolutely. If it is in line with what they are looking for, that will be considered as relevant work experience.
Okay, thank you.
Next,
Abhijit, did you want to add something, or Sads, if you wanted to add something on the India experience?
This is Sads. Hi. I feel like if the India experience is relevant, exactly like Deepika said, they would definitely consider it. So the focus is on problem solving, knowledge and expertise in technology, coding strength, and and culture fit. So if whichever geography, not just India, even if you worked in other geographies around the world, but it is relevant experience, it will definitely be considered.
Okay. Next we have Kuntal. You're up.
Hi all. My name is Kuntal Kapadia. I have about over 15 years of experience. The first 8 were in technology, where I was a senior developer. But that was all the way back in 2000. And then the following 8 years have been with IBM and Accenture, where I was mainly in resource planning and recruitment. And I have a 3-year break in my experience. But I have taken 2 full stack web development courses, and with the MERN stack, which is MongoDB, React, and Node and stuff, which is part of some of the skills required. So I know you said I have 2 questions. I know that you said that you require hands-on experience with the technologies. So because I have a break, I don't have it, but I have been skilled in it. Would that be strong enough reason to apply?
Kuntal, yes. So even if you had a prior experience with any of the skill sets, and then you had a break, that should suffice it. Depending on technically how.
We are talking about a decade of break, Abhijit.
Yeah, okay. No, we can take a look at your resume. Obviously, we'll look at your where you work, what technologies and platforms you used, and your educational background as such, and we can make it a case. Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. And my second question was, what's the start date? So once the application process is done, do you have a tentative start date for the program?
Yes, Kuntal, Tesla is looking to begin in August, but once returners are hired into all the positions, so we are looking at end August as a tentative start date.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thanks. This session was very resourceful, and thanks all for the help.
We're glad, Kuntal.
We have one anonymous attendee. I don't see the name here, but the question is, at what stage of the process do we need to do a 1-page write-up?
So the one-page write-up, just backing up on the application process. Once you apply to us online, we receive your application. We'll screen your resume for the hard skills and the soft skills, as I mentioned. And if you are a strong fit for the role in line with all the requirements that the hiring manager is looking for, we will reach out to you for this one-pager summary. And like I mentioned, it's going to have 3 sections: a bit about your professional experience, previous professional experience, the reason, why you took a break, and also what have you been doing during the break to stay current.
Next, we have Aishwarya, and she's asking, should I mention career break in my resume?
Absolutely, that's a requirement. In order to qualify for this program, you need to have a career break, and we need to see at least a break of 9 to 10 months.
Okay. So one more question, like how do I prepare for the interview process? Because the interview is going. It looks like the interview is going to be like for the full-time employment, so it's going to be intensive, right? Like how good should we be prepared?
Yeah, hi. So you wanted to know how long and what all you need to prepare for the interview? Is that correct? Would you want to correct me on that?
Like I have understanding that it's going to be an intensive interview. So like how well should we prepare, or is it should we prepare just what we had experience and what we learned something during the break? Is that what is required? Because like my profile doesn't match exactly with the job requirement. I have few things that they have in common. So should I just focus on that, or should I also look into what they wanted from us?
Sure. So I'm going to answer this in 2 parts. Aishwarya, thanks for asking. First is, please do send your resume across, because I feel like this is a question that other candidates would also have, and it would actually be a very specific answer for everybody, given their skill sets would be different, right? And what domain and functional knowledge you have and what background you come from. Having said that, Tesla is definitely focusing a lot on problem solving, willingness to learn, and culture compatibility. So even if there is a HackerRank test that you are taking in any coding language, they're expecting you to be good at that, right? Even if it's not 100% match to what they are looking for, they are expecting you to be good in what you say you are good at, right? And for the codility tests, we actually recommend that people work on lead code, or at least get into that mindset of problem solving, so that they can do very well in the coding test. But if you're not applying for a hardcore coding role, feel free to send the CV across. Any of us are happy to talk to you, go over all your skill sets and see what you could specifically work on.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Next, we have a question from Julie. Julie, you're up.
Oh, hi. So I have 2 questions. Are there women back to work programs for other companies? And also, are these 26 weeks paid?
Hi, Julie. Thanks for your question. So yes, the 26 weeks period it's a paid returnship. And in terms of WBW engagement with other companies, if you go onto our homepage and you scroll down, you will see a section which says highlighted return to work opportunities. At this point in time, we have we are engaging with Tesla, with Equinix, with Farmers Insurance, and with Intuitive Surgical. Now, Farmers Insurance is in Southern California, so the roles are based out of their Woodland Hills location, and there are a couple of roles listed there. So there, if you are willing to relocate at your own expense, Farmers is willing to look at the profiles. So those are the ones that we have at this point in time, but I do encourage all of you to periodically visit our website, because we are in talks with many more organizations who are looking to hire individuals who've paused their career and now wanting to get back.
And thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Next is Pallavi. Pallavi, you're up.
Hi Shraddha and Deepika and all. I have a question regarding EAD. I have EAD till September end and I have applied for new EAD. So in the month of May, and because of this COVID, like the process is getting a little slower, but I have the case receipt notice. So will that be considered for the application?
Sorry, I was on mute. Thanks for your question, Pallavi. As long as there is a 6 month, because I know things have slowed down in terms of because of COVID for the renewal. As long as you filed your, extension request 6 months before the expiry of your current EAD, there is still a chance that you will get it in time. We are willing to consider that. But if your expiry of the EAD is happening next month and you applied for extension last month, that is not something, because it's risky. We don't know whether it's going to come in time. You do need work authorization at the point in time when you're applying, and over the 26-week period at least, for us to be able to consider you for this particular returnship.
Okay, because I applied in the month of May and I'm still not sure what is the status of the EAD. I can just look into the tracker and but eventually once suppose if I cleared and get an offer, then we can expedite the process, or because right now my EAD is still valid, but the application is taking too much time. The
I agree.
EAD application, yeah.
Since you are also unsure of whether you will have that work authorization when it's required, so we'll have to see it case to case basis, Pallavi.
Okay, Deepika. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Next we have Vanishri.
Hello. I do have one more question though. So are these returnships, especially with Tesla, specific to WBW, or is it open to any returner in California or somebody who's ready to relocate to California?
So Vani, this returnship is in partnership. Tesla has partnered with Women Back to Work to run this particular, to source and screen the returners for this particular returnship. And one of the requirements, as I mentioned previously, is that you need to be local to the Bay Area right now. Like if you are out of state, non-local candidates are not being considered. Does that answer your question? Yeah.
Right. So it is specific to WBW then?
Yes, it is specific to WBW.
Got it. Thank you, Deepika.
Most welcome.
So next we have Namita.
Hi all, my name is Namita. I just wanted to know the time duration of the training sessions that will be held. Will it be for 8 hours, Monday to Friday?
Namita, can you elaborate on your question? So when you say, so this is, if you were to get hired into the 26-week period, it will be the regular work timings. And the training will be a component. So like I mentioned, if you were there, like when I was talking about the 26-week period, what will happen, what will entail. So week 2 to 10 is going to be about training.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
Next we have Erin Song.
Hi, thanks for hosting Q&A today. I just have a question. I already applied for desktop support and one did above. Like I applied for 2 positions, and I want to know when would I hear back from you and Tesla about the result, whether I have been accepted or not.
So Erin, thank you for this question. I did see in your application coming in for the 2 roles that you mentioned. Like I said previously, once we receive your application, we screen your resume to see if you're a strong match. If you do have the requirements that the hiring manager for that particular role is looking for. If you're a strong match and we want to submit you to Tesla, we will get in touch with you. If not, you don't hear back from us purely because we have a huge volume of applications coming in, and it's not possible to connect with everyone one-on-one on the status of their application. But what I would recommend is that you write into wbw@acquire.com, and we will in a few minutes show you how you can get in touch with us and this email ID. So you can let us, and somebody from our team will get back to you on the status of your application, whether you were a match for that role or not.
Okay.
Does it?
Yeah, so I have to contact acquire.org.
wbw@acquire.com, and we will just in a few minutes show you the email ID, and you can take a note of it. We'll also send you an email with the contact details.
Okay, thank you.
Most welcome.
I don't see any other active questions at the moment.
All right. So Abhijit, Sads, Shabana, any parting notes for our audience today on this particular program by Tesla? Anything that you would like to add?
Yeah, so in general, any of these roles at Tesla, if you're looking for somebody who could be the right candidate in general, regardless of the technologies, they are basically looking for somebody who's very responsible. I would say personality definitely matters. How proactive you are in your approach. You should be proactive enough to figure out your own way out. Be communicative. Be self-driven and passionate. And more of all, we heard from a few teams that they want somebody who's very thick-skinned actually to absorb any negativity. That's very critical for them. And rather than, as I said earlier in the call, rather than using off-the-shelf products, they are big or they're huge on building their own products or building their own platforms from scratch. So that is what they're looking for. Sir, is there anything specific you want to add from your side?
Yes, thanks, Abhijit. So yeah, so my parting words would be, my request and parting words would be: don't qualify or disqualify yourself based on the 5 bullets, 6 bullets against any role. Feel free to actually bounce it off with one of us. Write to the team, talk to the team. That you would be surprised that you might make the cut because of certain technologies you have or certain experience you have. That are not really mentioned on the must-have for those jobs. It could be your background and experience that comes in handy. And if it's not these roles, there are always roles coming up. This is their first set of roles with us. So I request you to reach out and find out for yourself, if you're a match for any of those roles or not. And if you have an aspiration to try for one of those roles because it's been one of your dream roles, but you're only halfway there, we would still advise you to try.
Thank you so much, Abhijit. Sads, Shabana, anything from your end? I know you are busy looking through the pile of applications that we've received.
No, I mean, I would just like to add on what Sad said, that feel free to apply for roles matching your skill sets, even if you don't, fill in or match 100% of the required skills, but still feel free to reach or apply, and then we can definitely look into it and discuss if required. So, yeah.
Thank you, Shabana. Shraddha, thank you so much. This is so as I said, this is how you can connect with us. wbw@acquire.com is where you can write in about the status of your application to Tesla Women Recharge program. Please join us on our Facebook group. We have a Facebook page and a closed group, as well as follow us on LinkedIn. And here's the website address. The reason I'm requesting you to add yourselves to our social media platforms is because, as I mentioned, we are in talks with quite a few organizations, and anything that's latest with us will be listed here. Please feel free to share information about this program with your network, anyone you know who has taken a break and is looking to get back, and of course fulfills the criteria, which is you have to have a break of at least 9 to 10 months, be a local candidate, and with a technology background and a fit for these roles. So Shraddha, do we have any other questions that we haven't answered so far?
I still see 2 hands raised from the attendees who had asked previous questions. So I'm just going to unmute them if they have.
Sure.
Keisha, you're up.
Oh, I didn't have any question, but I just heard from the webinar, like somewhere they said like how to apply through the link. So I didn't know about that. There is a web link where you have all those EA positions. As I was contacted by Deepa, so
okay.
So now I can see, right? Is it womenbacktowork.org?
Yes, if you go to the website, yes, it is womenbacktowork.org. If you go to the website, on the homepage, you will see under the highlighted return to work section, you will see a Tesla return to work opportunity. Click
Okay.
on that link and
Okay.
you have all the job roles that you can apply to.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. I have Shruti Srivastava. Shruti, you're up. I think this will be the last question.
Hi. So I have C and C++ experience from before, and little bit of QA and little bit of software development. So how can I prepare for any of these roles? I mean, do you think still I have a chance that if I take some courses, like for example, C# or something like that, will that help, or will they even consider that kind of resume? Actually, I have worked on some of the Microsoft technologies, but not on the latest. For example, I have worked on Microsoft C++ on Visual Studio environment, but not on C#. But I had worked on VB before, like Visual Basic. So, I mean, I know these are a little bit older technologies than C#. So my question is, I mean, do I still qualify for any of these positions? I mean, even if I take some C# courses or some other kind of courses?
Yeah, Shruti, so if you worked on a Microsoft platform, your profile could be relevant to a few of these requirements, definitely, although you don't have C# experience as such. But, we can take a look. They are looking for full stack developers where, they would want somebody good on HTML or traditional HTML, JavaScript. Or currently they're using Angular and or React actually, but JavaScript, HTML on the front end, and obviously C#. If you don't have it, don't worry. If you have good C++ or ASP.NET basic, that should do it. But again, obviously we will take a look at your background and I can let you know.
Okay,
in
sure.
general, as such, just to append that further, during the interviews, they will look at your depth of experience, actually depth of knowledge on object-oriented programming, like OOPS or object-oriented analysis and design, inheritance, your basics of computer fundamentals. They'll give you a few algorithms or data structures to write. So, and this will be done by Acquire. We can also, give you some exercises on that. We'll do pop-up calls before you jump on the interviews with the Tesla team. And they'll be doing the same at their end as well, actually. So this is going to be there will be rigorous prep-ups as well as rigorous interviews from their side. But as long as your fundamentals are good, you should qualify for a few of these roles.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
We have one last question from an unknown attendee. I don't see the name.
Hello. Hi, everyone. I just want to know whether W is providing
That was unclear, but I have a question. She's asking whether Women Back to Work does provide any mentorship.
Yes, we do provide mentorship. We, how we engage with you is you're most invited, most welcome to join us for our weekly power hour, which happens every Tuesday, 12 to 1. So today is actually a power hour that we've dedicated to the Tesla Women Recharged program. It helps. Before we provide you mentorship, what we need to understand is your background. What have you done so far? Now the number of years of break that you have. What is it that you're looking to get back to? So we can connect you to a mentor, like a practicing industry professional, based on your background. And that is how we provide mentorship to you. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Most welcome. All right, we are almost, I think we are done for today. Shraddha, do we have any more questions?
We don't have any Tesla-specific questions.
All right. So the other questions that the ones that went unanswered today, please feel free to write into us at wbw@acquire.com, as you can see on the slide that's up right now. And also you can attend the virtual power hour that happens every Tuesday, 12 to 1, for any other general questions that you might have on your return to work journey. Thank you so much for joining in today. Our hope to do this session was to give you more clarity on Tesla's pilot program for you all to return to the workforce. All the best, and we hope to see you in our next virtual event on Tesla Women Recharge program, which will happen on the 20th of August. Stay tuned for more details. So please join us on our social media platforms, and you will get to hear information about that particular event as well. So thank you so much for joining in today. Thanks, Abhijit, Sad, Shabana, Shraddha.
Thank you
for today's session. Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.